YouTube, Poison Dart Frog Hobbyist. This is Bradley and I'm here with another video for you guys. So I've been away just about the whole damn summer. Pretty much towards the end, I would say the end of August, I started painting this whole living room. I got some new light fixtures, some new light switches, and a new blind. You guys can't see any of that, but yeah, so I have the floor to do and I'm still waiting on my tank stands. That's why I haven't been showing you guys my other tanks, or well, the ones that this camera is sitting on in this direction. And I have 6 other tanks that are waiting for stands. I have one more to build. So I showed you guys the last Zoomed skyscraper I did, and that was like the last build. So the summer, pretty much, I played basketball and I got this whole place fixed up. I'm waiting to get a floor. And now let's get into what's going on here. Okay, so I need to trim this, and this thing is like, I think it's just gonna be what it's going to be. The other tanks are doing pretty well. I'll show you guys sometime in weeks to come, because hopefully this guy, my friend, finishes with my tank stands. That way I can get things up and running, and I promise you guys, once those stands are fixed, I will have videos galore for you. But the point of this video is pretty much about my visit to American Frog Day, which was in Terrytown, New York. It was a beautiful day. I'm gonna show you guys what I picked up. I'm pretty upset that I did not film, because that's what I should have done. You know, there was just like so much to show you guys, and I'm pissed because I just like get nervous and I don't like to film in front of people or without like actual permission. There was someone else filming. I didn't want to step on anybody's toes. He's a great friend as well as a frogger, but you know, I didn't really connect with anybody to, you know, get granted permission. So let's go over what I picked up at Frog Day. Start out with some of the basic stuff. I needed some flies because, you know, that nasty thing that happens in July happened to me. So I picked up some flies from Black Jungle. They made these flies 916, and right now looking, yeah, this is starting to get mited out, but I had actually already made a culture, so I'm good. I'll just feed out the rest of these. That culture should be ready sometime next week. Today is Thursday, October 3rd. Let's get into this little goodie bag. This is focus. These are some, well, there's nothing in here. I already put them in a setup already, but powder blue isopods. Got these from Paulie of Vivariums in the Mist, and he told me like they'll start reproducing pretty quickly. That's a good pickup, $10. Let's stay in the world of Paulie. So I picked up some more of his ISO feeders, microfauna feeders. I use some of them for for my springtails too. So what we have here are, let's focus. Put this in front of my face. Okay. Have these ISO mealworms, high in protein, as well as some ISO Scampi. I'm telling you guys, if you really are into isopods and you like to keep isopods on the side, I'm pretty much getting into like having a nice collection of isopods because they work well in the vivariums. Of course, we all know that, but Paulie definitely has some of the best microfauna feeders. So if I were you guys, I would definitely go check out Vivariums in the Mist. Definitely get yourself a lot of the feeders. He has so many. I have the other stuff that I showed you guys. I have the ISO Peepers, ISO Grub. So much stuff, and you'll be losing out if you have isopods and you do not buy this stuff. Because my isopods are doing amazing, especially the dwarf whites. I would say if you're a beginner and you're just looking to have a nice amount of isopods to feed your frogs and break down your waste in your bioactive vivarium, get yourself some dwarf white isopods. They do pretty well, and the frogs could eat them. I have this calcium bar. I got this from Paulie as well. I'm not gonna say but just break this up, throw it into your little shoe box. That's what I have a lot of my isopods in, shoe boxes right now. I'll show you guys. Be careful. There's frogs in one of these. So this is my shoe box with the powder orange isopods, not to be confused with the giant orange. I don't want to tilt this, but these things have been doing pretty well. They've definitely reproduced. I can't wait for them to, give me another large amount of isopods. So he was just break this up, throw it into your little isopod chamber or whatever you want to call it. Visited my homie, Tankman Herps, Idris Brown. Visited his table. He gave me some of this. It's the same thing as Dendrocare, but it just has bee pollen. So what is the name of this? Felsucare? I don't know. Sorry. Felsucare. What's the name of this? You can see. This is really aimed at geckos, but it's the same thing from what he told me as Dendrocare. It just has the Spanish bee pollen. So go visit Vivariums in the Mist. Get yourself some of the bee pollen. And he also gave me a cocoa hut, which I'll need. So that's it for that bag. So now I could just dispose of it. And let's get into the steak and potatoes of the video. I got some powder blue, some Azurius, and some standard Leucomillus from a great guy, John Paganis. You can look him up on Facebook. Just go into a few of the groups. He's in mostly every group. So I put the Azurius in here, which I had the little thumbnails, but they didn't survive, which I'm going to get into a later video about me being done with thumbnails. And then I have my standard Lukes. Did I say? Yeah, I have my standard Lukes in one of these tanks here. And I have some of the frogs that I fell in love with. And those are the powder blue Tinctorius. You probably can't see these guys, but I freaking love these frogs. These are like the first frogs that I've seen, and I was just amazed by them. They actually got me into frogging. So I had to pick them up. I got those from a good friend of mine's Lou. He lives in New Jersey. I think he lived in Maryland. He's one of the people that made up Mads, or he either created it or he's a big part. I'm not too sure. Mad, the Maryland something Atlantic dart frog. I got some powder blues from him, and like those, like the older frogs, I would say the older frogs, because everybody's into the Ophagas and those large obligates. The older frogs, like the standard Lukes, powder blues, Azorius, those are like really hard to come by now. You go into the forums and everything, and all you find are the thumbnails, the obligates, and all of the rare stuff. So I just want to stick with like some of the original frogs because they're more hardier to deal with. They're easier. They, you know, like thumbnails, I think I'm pretty much done with, unless it's like kind of like a rat thumbnail, which could survive anything. So that's about it. Like I said, I'll have more videos for you guys. So until next time, like, don't dislike, comment, subscribe, enjoy your frogs. I still have shirts available. And thank you.